Okay, so I think we have everyone, so we're gonna go ahead and begin. Just a little quick recap. We left off. You guys had gotten to town, realized that the gentleman Marcus Delmar had made his way out of town and was heading eastward. Um, Taking a look around, some of you found different shops. One was Darius's, a item and equipment emporium. Many of you found the Golden Tap, which is where everyone kind of coalesced and found out there were several tasks that needed to be completed by the local barkeep. You guys had decided to wait and see if a certain goblin companion could shed light on the goblin situation. And that's pretty much where we left off. You guys do notice as the afternoon has been turning into night that several of your party have begun to go, both up to their room and out of the tavern. There's about an hour and a half or so, and both Ashi, Garrick, and um, Darn. I always mess up this name.
And
Pamlin.
Pete.
Yes.
Okay.
Have all kind of disappeared. Um, Maybe they'll be back, maybe not. But here is where you find yourself. What are you guys doing?
Um,
I'm dissociating.
Very fair. At the bar, dissociating like all the other drunkards.
Patches
And
might
that's what I
have a
was thinking. I
taken.
said I was dissociating.
LSR is already up in the room that he and Mir are sharing, and he's just tinkering away, just having a good old time with his little buddy.
Eleazar came with you. They didn't stay at the.
Oh, never mind. You know what? LSR stayed. My bad. I thought I forgot. My bad.
No worries, no worries. Just wanted to keep continuity here. So what is Mir doing then?
Mir is drinking right now. Just one last round, and then she's gonna head up to her second room. But make it look like she's going into first.
Okay, perfect, perfect.
Patches isn't gonna sit at the bar. It's gonna be the old classic, keep an eye out, seat with the back to a wall, near an exit, wherever that whatever that kind of spot would be, and he's just gonna sit at that chair, keep an eye on his friends, and make sure just people watch, keep a hood up so no one sees that he's a big ugly monster man, and just occasionally think, but more just keep an eye out.
Understood, understood. The night grows on.
Oh, can I say a
You
thing?
don't. Yep, absolutely.
Can Adam attempt to look around and see if there's any like small thing he could attempt to do? Like, I know this is going to sound really bad. Is there anything he could potentially do for money using his big muscly body? I mean, that in the context of like, there's there like a fight or anything, like a fight pit thing.
You see an old
You
lady from across the way giving you up.
you
Yeah, I
look
know.
across the tavern. Um, Definitely not. There does not appear to be any sort of arena, stage area that appears to have a fight type entertainment thing going on. Um, Everyone seems to be rather mellow.
And even any
The
drunk dickheads arm wrestling.
Not necessarily. I mean, you see, there are several parties here. Some of which are talking, some of which are silent. Everyone seems to have a very relaxed demeanor about them. You don't see the stereotypical people who are angry and want to fight each other, and instead, take it to the table, if you will, with their elbows.
Oh man. My ass burns.
Unfortunately, not. It doesn't seem to be that type of establishment. For all intents and purposes, you look around and you figure that this place is a little bit too high class for that.
Remind me, did we generally as a party all pay for a group room sort of thing? Or am I sleeping outside? Cause I ain't got no money.
I don't remember anyone stating that there were sharing rooms. I do know that both Garrick and Mir both paid for rooms. Um, you know that Patches hasn't gone to a room. You see him sitting across the way, kind of in the corner. He has a sight line on pretty much the entire room, but that's pretty much what you gather in character.
I'm gonna call the Patches. Oi!
You, yes, I can hear you.
Can I sleep on the floor in your room, bud?
I don't think I had a room. Do I even need to sleep? Let me check out. Let me Google Flesh Warp features.
I do believe you do have to, I think.
Oh, wait, how much? How much was it for? How much was it for a room again?
Depending on the digs, it could be a few silver pieces. What were you looking for specifically?
Patches is used to sleeping in hay bales while on the run. He is fine with the cheapest four corners they have.
Okay, yeah, let me, I assume that would just be, 1 second. Sorry, needed to open up Nethys. I had forgotten that one thing to have open, services. Okay, lodgings. So this would be, you wanted the cheapest, is that right?
Yes.
So basically floor space. They rent out a decently sized cupboard. There's no bed, no any kind of furnishings in it. It's just a floor for 3 copper pieces.
Wonderful. I will pay 1 silver and get my change.
All right. They will provide you the 7 copper. All right, now. Pleasure doing business with you.
Thank you. This looks like a great room.
Yep, just like you asked. Well, I got to get back downstairs, and he hustles back downstairs to continue making money.
And Patches kind of just points Adam to the room. If You can have that corner. I will take this corner. Oh, sounds good, Adam.
Sorry, dissociating. What?
This tiny room we are in. You have that corner. I can take this corner.
Sounds good.
And these two giant dudes just trying to squeeze together in a tiny little space.
Don't face towards me. It's weird.
No, like we'll be look here. This way, I'll be looking at your feet. You'll be looking at my feet.
I'm gonna be facing the wall.
Was it something I said?
Nah, I just don't like facing people when I sleep.
Okay.
So it seems
I
like
guess we.
everyone seems to be headed down for the night. Is that right? Both Mir and the two of you are now in your rooms. Anyone else like to do anything before we take our long rest?
I'll say a night prayer.
I'm gonna snore really loud.
Excellent. And Patches?
Pouches is going to take out this little book. This like says 101 puns. He's going to page through it, chuckle a little bit to himself, and then fall asleep.
Excellent. Um, let me see here. All right, so it would be roughly about 7-ish, a relatively early turn in. Um, it's uneventful uh, for most of the night. I say most, as if a very strange twist of fate. The three of you stir at about 12:30 in the morning.
As
Stirred
in,
awake
like,
by
noon?
a no, as in the
Oh,
morning.
okay.
So 30 minutes past midnight. The three of you stir awake due to um, a bit of light that seems to shine in from the window, disturbing your REM. It catches you by surprise because the light isn't it isn't white light or the normal moonlight that you're used to. Instead, there's a aurora, a green and bluish effect that seeps in. Um, some of you may go to the window or just peer out from the bed, looking out. The aura is well, none of you are magic folk.
I am.
The look you are.
Yeah, all
Roll
clothes are magic.
a. Well, yeah, technically. Um, do you? Let me see. I hate that Demiplane does not have an ability for me to look at your sheet. Um, what are your Arcana skills?
Let me take a
My
look.
Arcana, I'm rocking an incredible +0.
Right, but
It's
do you
more
have
something
any?
I.
If you expand the Arcana skill, do you have any skills underneath it?
Recall knowledge.
Um, I have a bunch of skills. They're all +0.
Yeah,
I've got some good occultism. I've got some decent occultism stuff, though.
mm, that's decent. What do you have for occultism?
We call knowledge for occultism, decipher writing, identify magic, and learn a spell.
Okay. There's two there that you can try as the person who is the closest to being able to discern this effect. You can have your choice of identify magic, or there was what was the second one you said?
They're all +3, but there's decipher writing, identify magic, or learn a spell, all under occultism.
I see. So probably identify magic then. Go ahead and roll that in the roll 20 for us.
Okay, that's going to be a d20 +3. 21.
Excellent.
It's 9 plus 9.
You oddly, no, maybe not oddly. Your vision kind of goes blurry a bit as you stare out the window, Patches. At first, you think that there may be something wrong with you until you start to see shapes in the light that are ascending upwards. One of them looks to be in the form of your friend Ashy. You kind of rub your eyes, figuring that something is wrong and that you are seeing things. And then you see those figures no more after a second or two. You discern that this is definitely a magical effect, though you're not really sure with that roll what it could be.
I need to check on Assy. I jostle Adam away.
I'm up 2 already.
Adam, it's the War
Hey.
Borealis.
In this country, in this town, at this time of evening, localized entirely right above us,
Yes.
I'm gonna look at it.
You look at it. It's really pretty. This isn't something that you've seen before. It's definitely not a common occurrence. Since you've been in the area, you've not heard of this phenomenon before.
Assy was. I saw Assy in there. I'm gonna go check on him. And I
Putting
just
his
grab
phone
my
on
stuff.
mute.
He looked like lights. I was not sure exactly what I saw. I need to make sure he's still okay. And I'm gonna spot off to Assy's room and check on him.
I'll follow behind.
Okay. You walk down the hallway. I assume you would have asked which rooms belong to your friends from the tavern keeper before you went to bed.
No, I can just smell naivete.
Yes, I see. Um, so you begin to knock at the door. You wait a moment, a minute, 3 minutes. You wait for about
You
5
knock on
minutes
the
and there's no response.
I'm gonna start with a light knock on the door.
The same. You wait for about a minute, then about 3 minutes and nothing.
Is the innkeeper near around us?
No, not. You guys are upstairs technically, and they are usually downstairs manning the bar. The bar is open 24/7 here.
Oh,
Is the
I'm gonna
door
go.
locked?
I don't know. You haven't checked.
I'm gonna check to see if the door is locked.
You jiggle the handle and you don't feel any resistance.
I'm gonna open the door.
You open the door and you're met with a fresh room There's no one inside, and you look at the bed. It is made to a new room's standard, meaning that it hasn't been used.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna
Patch,
go
see
back
this?
there. I've just met Assy, but I do not think he would leave a room clean.
Yeah. You don't think some fairy something or another might have grabbed him when he was asleep or right before he went to his room, right?
I don't
And
think he.
because I mean, you're saying this, and assumingly you're looking around the room, you don't see his belongings. The staff that he generally keeps very close to himself isn't here. The backpack or the pack that he was carrying on his back, isn't on the floor. Um, there's nothing that even indicated that he was here.
Hmm.
We should ask if he ever made it to his room.
Yeah. Agreed.
Check to see if everyone else is in. The little rhino girl seems smart. She might be able to help with this.
Alright. I'm gonna go through, try knocking on the doors of everybody that I know.
Yeah. So you knock on Mir's door. This is the room you heard that she went into. Um, you wait about a minute, 3 minutes, and no response.
Check to see if it's locked.
Does Mir hear this?
Yeah, you hear someone knocking on the room door right beside yours.
Mir is torn between wanting to pray because of the aurora, and like she set up that room specifically to know if it was fucked with. So she'll continue kind of like half-ass praying, and then like she'll listen to see if anything occurs.
Okay.
I'm gonna try saying kinda quietly, "Oi, you up?"
You hear this, Mir. It
Mir
seems
will
that
pop.
someone is at the door. If you remember what they sound like, that's completely up to you.
She'll remember. Like they're pretty interesting people.
Okay. Yeah. You can definitely understand that they're likely trying to get up with you. But like anyone would, they have fallen for the false room.
She finishes her prayer real quick, and you hear little clop clops as she goes to the door that she's actually in, opens it, peers around, and says, "Hello."
You two, having paid close attention to the door you're currently in front of, are suddenly taken back as a tiny voice comes from the door to your right, and you see Mir peeking out of the crack.
Adam looks back and forth between the room he was knocking on and the room Mia's popping her head out of. He's like, weren't you in this one?
Yeah, kind of.
And now you're in that one.
Yes, I am in this one. What's going on?
Wait, so you bought 2 rooms?
What's going on?
Oh, kid's missing, but did you buy 2 rooms? Patches and I were bunked up together in a very cramped, compact room, and you bought 2 of them, and you didn't even ask to share. You just, man.
Somebody's clearly following us, or honestly, someone clearly wants us dead, and you think that I'm going to sleep in the same room that I say that I'm in?
You had to. Could have
He
told
makes
me.
a
I'd have. I will take a knife in my back over sleeping without a bed pretty often.
My back can only take one knife. She gestures at like her tiny little ass back and how compact her fucking organs are.
I
Well,
figured a rhino person would be bigger.
You would think. So have you guys seen this really cool thing in the sky, or am I just hallucinating?
I
Yeah,
saw a shape of Ashley dancing in the lights, and when we went to check on Ashley, looks like he never made it to his room. The lights might be something
What?
malicious.
How could something so pretty be malicious? Come on.
Just Patches look, they had a giant frown grows on Patches' big scary face. Sometimes the prettiest things can be the ugliest.
yeah. Adam, the most fucked up, ugly looking man in the universe. Washington himself. I mean, I'm gorgeous and I'm very dangerous.
You do make a point. Is anybody else missing, or just Ashi?
Well, we
Only
checked
two
on you,
sitting
but
there.
we checked on you first, but we should check for the others.
The only other folks that you know that did have a room was Garrick and the swordsman that he was accompanying. Both had a room on the opposite side of the inn, towards the end of the hallway.
Was that like the squelch room?
Yes.
Ah. I believe that they had some business that they were attending in the room over here. Follow me. And she like little clops off.
Okay. And Patches does his best to follow Mew, even though like his height is way bigger, so he takes a step, then waits a bit for her to get ahead, then takes another step.
You make it to the door. The hallway is still quiet. It is nighttime hours, so um, you are at the moment in front of the swordsman's room, where you heard the squelching, and the door to your left is the one that you know that Garrick had bought.
Mir will give a little tap 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 and wait.
All right. You wait for about, a minute, 2 minutes,
Um,
um, but there's no response.
she'll attempt to open the door.
The door opens, and you are met with a pretty gruesome sight. The squelching is explained pretty much immediately as you are met with a few pails of blood, a large blood-covered sheet, but no swordsman that you saw go in.
Um, that is one heckin' mess, is it not? Let me just tidy this up real quick. And Mir will cast prestidigitation for tidy as a ritual.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. You guys who are behind her see the room is in quite the mess. You all heard that Garrick was planning to dispose of the body that you had drug into town, and you figure that this was the likely last place that processing occurred. But Mir, using her ritual, will take the time she needs to clean the place up.
Technically, it's 1 minute per bolt.
1 minute, okay. Yeah, so not too much time at all.
Disturbing ethics of our new wizard friend aside, I feel like this still brings to the big question of where our new teammates have gone.
As she's
I
like,
imagine up.
up. I mean, like, can they fly or something? Like, I don't know. Like, they made a mess and they're leaving us to clean it. And you're saying they went up? Did you see them go up?
Patch said he was up there.
I saw Ashley amongst the lights. I do not know what it means.
Okay. Oh, okay. What, do you also want to go up?
Probably not in the same way, but seems
Not
like that's where they are.
So you think the beautiful lights from the heavens came down and took them?
Stole our associates, yeah.
Well, then it just must be the will of the gods at this point. Not much to do about that. However, we can definitely clean this mess up so that we don't have to pay for it. Emir continues casting prestidigitation to make the room basically spotless.
Okay, yeah, perfect. There was quite the mess, but over the course of the next few minutes, you do indeed make the room right as rain, as they'd say. You also know, since you're cleaning, that the bed is also undisturbed, apart from the splattering of blood that you clean off.
I mean, it seems like they didn't even get to sleep.
I know you must take the will of the gods quite seriously. That being said, I've known some religious people who believed in such things but faced tragedy regardless, so perhaps the gods wish for them to be gone, perhaps not. But it's worth an investigation either way, is it not?
You hear the oohs and ahs of folk outside. There is a small window that is allowing you to peer outward. A brief glance, you can see multiple people, both holding their mouths and with a shocked expression, a few of which are pointing upward to a sight you can't see from here.
Well, I'm always down
Let's take a
to
look at
study
that.
the sky, so mere clops outside.
And we'll follow along.
I like your thinking, small rhino lady and leg donor.
The
Don't mention it.
three of you go outside, and you see the aurora. But what captures most of your attention right away, as you follow the fingers of the people pointing upward, is not necessarily the light, but the additional pink moon that rest in the sky above you. None of you but Mir have seen this before.
We go, what the fuck is that?
Mir drops immediately and just begins worship.
Do you want to care explaining what the fuck that is?
It's been a while, Mir. You haven't personally seen the moon. You've only heard stories from the elders who first experienced it. And even some of the oldest didn't get the privilege of looking at it. Some in your village have pointed towards its appearance as a sign of foreboding. Others mean it's a sign of great change. It's kind of a mixed bag. What you interpret in the moment is something for you to decide. But yeah, that they do start to be more inquisitive as you seem to have more information than just these random folks that are gawking. Several of them being like, "I've never seen anything like it. Honey, what do you think this means? Dad, what's all the light mean?" Several people seem to take notice, but no one really seems to understand. Sort of like your friends.
Mir will explain it to Adam and Patches. This is the hidden moon that my people worship. It has to be all this radiant light that's coming off of it. It's said to have been a replacement for our sun when it went out. The gods created it, and it's been in hiding for so many years. But to see it like this, oh, it's so beautiful. Praise Desna.
And right around the time that you finish the explanation, the lights of the aurora seem to fade suddenly, and just as if a light switch had been turned off, the moon disappears, leaving you and the village folk in the twilight hours, the darkness, accompanied just by the gentle light of the moon, which still remains.
The not pink moon.
The not pink moon, yes.
Adam shrugs his shoulders, looks around, and goes, "That thing just fucking steal Ashy?"
It is possible. Mia, is there any way we can communicate with this strange pink moon?
Have you not seen me praying?
Any more direct response feedback?
I mean, can you speak with moons?
Not
Mir looks up
particularly.
at Patches like like
Well, I
he's
once heard of this animal called a baboon.
Oh, can they speak with
You'll
moons?
Well, they speak using moons.
That must be an incredible language.
Sure is.
I don't see perception on this list at all. Is there any way that Mir can start a search using the light of the moon to see if their friends maybe have run around looking at it and gotten lost?
Absolutely. I do believe we do not have perception.
Track. I would like to track.
Yes, you can attempt to track. Given you've been with this group
Oh,
a little
wait.
bit, you kind of know their
We
dimensions
do have
and what.
perception. It's at the top of the character sheet. It's right below speed.
Oh.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Let me. Yeah, I don't have your sheets, so I can't actually look at it. But yes, if you do have track, you can definitely do that.
I'll do
12.
mine as well. Am I able to, do I gain any benefit from trying to light, light our path around here using the Everburn torch?
I do believe that what you're referring to is like you want to aid.
I'm gonna try right. I got 24.
24. Yeah, the ever burning torch serves you well in the twilight hours, giving you much more light than you would normally have. Um, you definitely see all manner of tracks coming out of the inn, some of which lead to the patrons that are still, standing outside, both wondering what just happened and contemplating, all sorts of things that people would contemplate when um, faced with a event like what you just witnessed. But notably, you remember that Ashi, as cool as they didn't actually have any shoes on. So you're not looking more for a boot print or a track made by a shoe, but rather by his actual feet. None of which you can see here.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So, doesn't look like the kid actually walked anywhere around here. Mia,
Could have been.
that moon doesn't. There's no record of it taking people, right?
Let me recall what I know real quick. This is
Yep,
such
that will
amazing
do
thing.
that.
Holy shit.
Recall knowledge.
Was that religion recall knowledge?
Yes.
Okay.
And Ben, what did you roll for the 20?
Oh, that was just the perception, since that's what everyone else was doing.
Okay, yeah. I will. You noticed just about what Nate noticed, using the light that his torch gave you.
Mhm.
Mir, with an 18, um, you definitely weren't around for the moon. So you really only have the stories that you gained from the village, many of which weren't present underneath the moon. They only saw the moon from a distance.
Mhm.
What you just experienced was being directly underneath it. Instead of looking at it from like a 45-degree angle, like you were hundreds of miles away from where its shadow would be cast, you were looking directly up as if it were just above you. You figure that this is as close as any of your people have ever gotten to it. So when you try to recall specifically if anyone was abducted, um, your knowledge points to no, but you're intelligent enough to know that if anyone were to be taken, they would at least need to be somewhat close to it. And give me 1 second while I step away, just one moment.
Oakley dokley.
Fun times, fun times.
So Ben,
Yeah.
Piccolo yelling at the moon is good, but have you ever seen Piccolo yelling at Taco Bell?
I've seen that one, yes.
I kind of at some point want to do a Piccolo cosplay, just so I can walk up to a Taco Bell and do that stance.
Yeah, that's a lot of green makeup, my dude. That's a lot of green makeup.
Hey, I'd be facing away from the camera, so I'd just be in the turban.
At that point, you'd be a poser. Plus, you're gonna shave your head for the whole effect.
Nah, I'll just have the headdress on. And it'll be far away, so no one will be able to tell.
All right, I'm back.
Taco Bell.
Everyone else seems to be either making their way back into the tavern to continue their late night drinking. Those who were with the children mainly begin to walk across the street and into the poorer side of town, most likely to their homes.
Adam kind of shrugs and goes, I guess before too many people go, can we ask around for Ashi and company if anyone's seen them?
Absolutely, yeah. Most
Be it
people are
diplomacy?
scattered, but yeah, you can definitely ask around.
Uh, is this a role, or will I just be walking up to people and asking?
Yeah, you would be. Who would you ask specifically?
Please, anyone who looks like they've already been up for a while, like this wasn't something that woke them up. People are already awake.
Um, well, I mean, most people. I mean, it's the middle of the night, so most people were sleeping. The only ones that were up per se were the people that were drinking, which are headed into the tavern.
I guess I'll try asking them.
All right. So, what do you, what do you say? What do you ask them?
I got I got a couple pals that I think might have gone missing from the tavern. You see anyone accidentally walk out with anybody sooner than you might have thought?
Roll a diplomacy specifically to gather information.
Right.
Also, because I've been forgetting I have this guidance. So go ahead and add one to whatever that roll is.
Yeah, so they go from +4 to +5. Let me make sure again. Yep. It's an 11.
An 11. The gentlemen that you approach kind of look at each other. One of them shrugs. The second one shakes his head, and the first guy, the one that was looking at them for like any confirmation, he's like, "I'm sorry, son. Um, ain't seen anybody but us, really. And
Yeah.
tell you the truth here, I think I see about two or three of my friends here, maybe like four of you, so I probably wouldn't be the best one to ask. But I did see a gentleman come in by horseback, had a goblin with him, sitting in the corner over there. And you see the goblin that you had left um at your little bunker facility.
I forget whose goblin was that.
That was Aaron.
Lurby was Aaron.
Right. Can we try tagging him?
He's not gonna be in today.
Okay.
It is just you
It
three.
feels it feels weird asking asking this much questions to someone's character when they're not here.
Hey, Lurby, can you give us all of your items? Cool. Okay.
No, fuck off.
Orion Akava special. Here we go.
You can fuck
Um,
off. That's what the goblin says.
Okay, but back in character now. Have you seen Ashy?
Nope. I just got here and saw the lights.
Did you notice anything strange about the lights other than the suddenness and the pink moon?
Well, I've never seen them before. So, yeah. Never seen them before. They don't happen around here. So I'd say that's pretty significant, right?
Yeah, and the fact that we're pretty damn sure something or someone during that time might have grabbed up Ashi.
What? That's ridiculous. There's no way. Who travels by weird skylight? So strange, preposterous, could never happen. But I'm a goblin. What do I know? And then he starts drinking.
Speaking of Goblin,
Goblin D's nuts.
I'm gonna beat your ass later for that one, but we found a little bit of an odd job that we think you might be knowledgeable about.
Hey, you like that, Patches? Yeah, and drinks a little bit more. What can I help you with, fucker?
That was a good one.
You see an involuntary eyebrow twitch? Watch it, buddy.
He lets
Anyway.
out a huge fart. Oh, yeah, you said something? Sorry, I can also blow hot air.
And I go, ugh. You shit yourself just then? That's disgusting.
Yeah, so about a job. You got a job for me?
Yeah, apparently. Alright. Josh, tell me what I'm getting wrong in this, but there's a group of goblins that apparently stole a lot of shit from a merchant in town that they're keep making a matter of keeping. Do you know if there would be any feasible way to talk them into giving the shit back?
Well, if you're talking about like rogue goblins around here, probably fucking not. They stole it. They're likely gonna want to keep it. Me, I'm from a town of goblins, not a day south of here, called Goblin Town. And most of those goblins, they don't steal nothing. But we do know a bunch of rogue goblins. They like to get together and steal a bunch of shit. So probably the same folk.
I think it's a reliable idea that if we get everyone together and give a little bit of, be a little bit more forceful with them, they'd be willing to give it back.
Yeah, if you take it from their cold dead hands.
Jeez, is it that bad?
Nah, they're just not gonna fucking give you what they stole.
Yeah.
Are you new around here? You know goblins? They're like, I don't know, greedy and shit.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no offense, but yeah, I know. Everyone
Yeah,
else is
unlike
like,
me,
oh,
I'm
we could.
completely dignified, and then lets out another huge fart.
What kind of
Adam's
things
gonna
do
take
they like?
another couple steps back, try getting out of the AoE cloud kill he just let out.
But don't worry, I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys will do fine. I mean, look at you. You're like a brick wall.
That's what I've been telling people.
Yeah, see, go with that confidence. I'm sure you'll do fine, man.
Jeez, glad to see someone has faith in me.
No,
What?
faith ain't got nothing to do with it when you got big, strong muscles. And he kind of flexes his own arm. There's not any muscle there.
It's like the thing where it just goes down.
Yeah, most of my muscle is in my gut. And he like pats his like kind of beer belly a little bit. Yeah, underneath this keg there's a six pack. I'm just protecting it. Any
You and
other
everybody
questions,
else.
though?
I think that'll be all.
Well,
Thank you for the time.
I see. Well, I'm just gonna fuck around, I guess. Around here, people don't really like me because they think I'm associated with those goblins. I had to talk that bar guy out of fucking stabbing me. But I'll be around for a
I
little bit if
figured.
you have any other questions, all right? But about
These
an
high,
hour or so, I'm leaving.
these highfalutin bar having assholes without any boxing pits. What a bunch of assholes.
Hey, you talking shit over there? The bartender pokes his head out the corner.
Adam speaks up a little bit, yeah.
I just remember we raised the rates for the rooms.
Mm-hmm.
no, we can deal with that tomorrow. In the meantime, we are helping everyone out, so no need for there to be tensions.
Oh, you tell Mr. Dicklicks over there to stop insulting my establishment. I spend a lot of time cultivating my clientele, and needs to say I don't need any ruffians around here starting fights.
Oh, what? This guy's a ruffian because he's a goblin, you racist asshole?
I was talking about you, numbnuts.
You son of a bitch. I'm gonna
He
give you
heard
a strong talking
your
to.
comment about not having a fighting pit, which is what he was referring to.
Yeah. But it's more fun to play dumb. Oh, you son of a bitch. I'll have a strongly worded letter for you at some point.
Oh yeah, I'll be sure to keep it in my feedback barrel. You know where that is, right? The
Up
fucking
your ass.
outback. And he points to like the toilet.
You dickhead. I'm going back to sleep.
Yeah, get the fuck up out of here.
Wait, we still have
Eh,
to find Assy.
don't really seem like we have 0 leads. For all intents and purposes, it's like some force of God just made him vanish into thin air. I don't think. At the oddest feeling like we may not be able to do much of anything about it.
Mir has not been present for any of this exchange. She went back to her room and is furiously writing down everything she can potentially remember from the event.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, you definitely get a catalog of the night's events. Um, the position of the lights, the constellations of the stars that were present, meticulously gathering every detail that you can for both yourself and for others, whoever you choose to let in on these notes. It looks like Adam is going back to his room. Well, going back to the shared floor space. Mir is categorizing the knowledge she just acquired.
Actually,
Patches.
I'm gonna ask Mia, hey, you're not fucking using that room. Can I sleep in there?
Yeah, if you'd like to take the rest, that's fine. I did set up alarm systems on the windows and on the door. So you'll just need to rehook that when you go in. But yeah,
Sweet.
if you're up for potentially getting stabbed and robbed, you should go for it. I made it clear to all the denizens when I was drinking today what room I was gonna be in. So.
Magical. I'm gonna go. Just walks right in.
Okay. Do you place the alarm back on the door?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, and I believe this would be survival.
I'm good at that, I think. Yeah, I am. Any particular sub thing or just survival in general?
Do you have a trap specific skill underneath survival?
No, I have sense direction, subsist, cover tracks, and track.
Okay, yeah, just plain survival then.
You can do the old classic glass on the door, door hinge.
17.
17. You kind of follow what Mir had already done, so it's pretty easy to kind of take it off at first and then gently put it back the way she had it, using the horse hair, the aluminum can, and a small but sturdy stick. All right. Anyone else?
Patches is going to slowly head back to his room and then kind of look out where the moon was, think about what Mia said to him, and what was the name of that god Mia mentioned?
Desna.
Desna. He's just gonna mutter to himself, hello, Dresna. This is, I think, my first time talking to you in specific, but if you took off lens, could you please put them back? Mia seems cool, so I would assume that you are good. So please put them back. I think this is how prayers work. Alright, I'm hanging up now. It is doing his best on the prayer.
All right. Looking up at the sky, you say this prayer and you wait for a few moments, expecting maybe to hear something back, but nothing really comes. You start to look away, and a star seems to fall from the sky, but off in the direction of the east.
The star falls in the east. Huh. I'll have to ask Mia about that. Maybe we should go east tomorrow. And Pass is going to lay down his head.
All right, and with that, the night is very uneventful as you all enjoy a night's rest. Um, you wake up, I would say, at around 9-ish o'clock, getting a full night's rest. Um, yeah, you all smell the morning's breakfast being fixed from the kitchen below. Breakfast is complimentary for those who are um, residing in the inn. Um, so, what do you do?
So it's free.
Yes, the breakfast is included with the room.
Eaten.
Nice. So you exit your room and book it downstairs.
Oh yeah.
Patches, Mir.
Um, Pass is actually going to try to find Mia.
Mira is doing her morning ministrations and bathing right now.
Oh, Pass is going to knock on the door, probably. Then maybe wait. We'll definitely wait.
1 minute, please. You hear like
Oh,
frantic little pops.
sorry.
Starts like putting stuff on, finishing, uh, rolling up her satchel and everything. She makes the bed. Um, on the other side because it got sat on during the night. In the bed that she was sleeping in, she pulls the linens off of and gathers it at the foot of the bed to make the innkeeper's life a little bit easier. She takes one last little glance around the room, um, making sure that she didn't leave anything, and opens the door. Yeah, yeah.
So I decided to follow your lead, and I started talking or praying to that Dresna moon god person. Then I saw a shooting star going east. Does that mean anything?
That can mean a lot of things. You- can you describe the shooting star? What color was it? Did it have a very high variation in its fluttering? Is it how big was it? What can you tell me? As she like starts unpacking and like starts throwing things on the desk so she can take more notes.
It was bright. It
It was yellow.
moved. It was yellow. It looked
Betwixt which
pretty.
constellations was it running?
Josh?
I have to look up the actual name of it, but I think I remember what it was called. Hold on. Um, Gamma Draconis.
Grandma Zakonis.
Ah, that is such an interesting constellation to run against. She starts just like making little footnotes and stuff, drawing up like a little tiny map of the night sky, putting it in between different constellations, the pathing, and she holds it up. Was it more like this? And she shows one path, or like this? You know, she's just trying to get into the works of it.
Oh, definitely the second.
Go ahead and roll first, Patches. Roll a recall knowledge.
Awesome.
And then let me look at the sheet.
And I assume that's an intelligence roll, correct?
Yes.
Okay, sweet. Well, can I get on myself?
Does it say you can? It should say like you can guide yourself or any other creature or something to that effect. If it only says you can guide another creature, then no.
You ask guidance for the supernatural entities, granting the target +1 stat bonus to one attack or perception check, saving throw, or a skill check. The
Yep. Well,
target chooses.
yeah. Unless it specifically rules you out as a target, I don't see why not.
Sweet. It was bright, and it was a star, and it was like moving.
Okay. That's a rough one. Roll a survival for sense direction mirror.
I had one for guidance.
Ooh. It's really hard to kind of parse the information from Patches. but you have meticulous notes on the night sky. The 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 point in which he refers you to. Um, let's go back to the map. You take out your map, and if you had to guess where this thing could have landed towards the east, it would be somewhat right here.
Okay. Mir will mark that on her map as a point of interest.
All right.
Maybe.
It's about this time that you hear the loud footsteps of Adam rushing his way downstairs um, for what is likely food.
Mir will go into the room, the extra room she rented, take all the traps down, do the same kind of clean that she did in the other room as well, before heading down to get breakfast.
Nice. And Patches, you're going to join them?
Yes.
Excellent. So all three of you make your way downstairs. First Adam, then Mir, and then shortly after her, Patches in a bit of contemplation. You're met with a table full of food. It seems to, every time a plate seems to go a little bit low, the plate is emptied on to a full plate, which takes its place. The empty plate is taken backwards to a either kitchen slash storage room. You can't really tell as it's behind the bar. The bartender seems to be in high spirits. Very strange. It doesn't seem like he's slept, which is curious. But he is bright and chipper, has a smile, and is serving people most, the assorted juices for in the morning. Some people are enjoying a bit of morning drinking. But there you have it.
Adam, you have food in your beard.
I don't have a beard.
Oh.
That's just all mashed potatoes, buddy.
That explains it. I think that perhaps I worry about potentially going in a combat sort of full team. So perhaps we check the area Mia noted on her map and just leave a message with the bartender to let our party know that's where they're going in case they show up.
Yeah.
Hey, the bartender is approaching you guys. Hey, you guys are friend with that goblin, right? Here last night.
Yes.
We're associated.
Yeah, well, they dipped out about 2 hours after you guys went to bed. Said something about a banana. I don't know. They just said tell them I'm gonna go get a banana or something like that.
Oh, I love that fruit. Oh, I'm glad he's going to gather some.
Oh, well, yeah. Very vague. We don't have very many banana trees around here, so he's probably gonna go to the south. So he might not be back for a bit.
Oh, that's okay.
Hmm.
They ripen as you walk.
Ah, All right. Well, that must be the secret then. Well, that was the message I was paid to deliver.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy your breakfast.
All right. There are multiple plates stacked to the side of Adam. He has been eating a large amount.
You get no response. I mean, it's an impressive amount of food, but you have to figure that it, while you can eat a lot, Adam, you look over and there's a party of 8 who has maybe 5 or 6 times the amount of empty plates there. They seem to be 4 dwarves and 2 half human, half elves. Between the empty plates and the empty cups, yeah, you get the feeling that this is a very popular place, not just because of the nice atmosphere, the no violence, and the somewhat nice rooms, but it's likely because of the free food and free drink.
I'm out eating any given one of them, though, right?
It's hard to tell. You came down here after they started, so they already had maybe about 12 plates stacked up when you sat down. So, I mean, you keep count as you sit down here. It seems like they, as a group, slow down over the next hour or two, and yeah, you pat yourself on the back. At the moment, looks like you're out eating all of them.
Damn, I'm good.
Patches, Mir.
Mir is going to just have a normal human amount of food, or I guess really Kashriki amount of food. Um, Afterwards, she's gonna go check on the horses, give them some hay, do the pat down, all that jazz.
I see. I see. Okay. And Patches.
Seeing Adam just dive incredibly into breakfast, Pat just kind of half-heartedly like cuts into some, I guess, waffles, whatever the equivalent is, a piece of food, stares at it, chews it a bit, swallows, and decides in disappointment as it doesn't really do much for him.
I see. Rather disappointing breakfast for Patches, but you do get your well, you do get your fill, however filling it is
Mm-hmm.
to you. Um, it goes into about 10:30, 11 o'clock before the food starts to get taken up. Most of the people who were resident here have already begun to leave. There's maybe 1 or 2 people who come in who you figure aren't necessarily staying at the inn, but they just come in here to drink daily, like usual customers.
I look around, trying to identify what the plot hook for this session will be without everyone else.
Um, I guess.
Okay. Hold on. But before we go further, okay. So, um, Mir already knows this. I should probably state this plainly. There are no guardrails. I am not a DM that
I
will plot hook
know.
you into anything. This is an open world. You are the one who makes the adventure. If you choose to sit around in this bar for 3 hours, that's what we're gonna do. If you choose to go outside and look for space rock, that's completely cool. If you go to check on those goblins, that's completely cool. There are no rails. We're not on them.
Curses. I have found none.
So, are we still going to? Are we still going to find where the space rock landed?
Mir is
Wait, that was an
outside
actual
bettering
thing?
horses.
Wait,
I
I
guess
thought I thought the moon just vanished into thin air. It actually fell down somewhere.
no. There was a shooting star,
Oh, yeah. Let's check that out.
and then perhaps it's gonna go to the bartender. Um, if
Yeah,
our
what can I do
friends,
for you?
if our friends arrive, can you please tell them that we will be here? And he just describes where they're going.
All right. That'll be 3 copper pieces.
To relay a message.
Why, yes. Most people would pay for services. You know how it goes.
I don't, but if that's what you say, I see no objections. I pass him 3 copper.
All right. Well, if they come into this inn or I see them around town, I'll make sure they get your message.
Thank you. And have you seen them at all before now?
Well, the gentleman that you refer to, the really pretty wizard man, I saw him yesterday, about an hour or two before the lights. What was his name? Ashy. Yeah, yeah. I think that was it. Saw him go out maybe 4 hours before he didn't come back. And that real nice handsome cat fella, real handsome guy. Said he was gonna go talk to his brother. He started talking to that really good-looking skinny wizard guy and um, walked off. I didn't see him. That was probably before 5 hours ish before. It was right around when you guys were in here, and I was telling the miss about the goblin problem that we were having.
Interesting. And if you don't mind me asking, you seem to be behind this bar 24 hours a day. Are you not tired?
Nope. Needless to say, I don't need any kind of rest.
Interesting. Why is that?
Well, you see, and he kind of looks you over a bit. My friend. Some people built a little bit differently than others, which is completely okay. Myself, I was built with no need to put my head down. That sort of thing really does nothing for me.
Oh, are you an automaton?
In a sense, but not necessarily a metallic automaton.
You were you created artificially?
Oh no, not in the slightest. Some people we're born normally, and we augment ourselves with certain upgrades.
Does it look like this when you do it? I kind of roll back my sleeve and show like all the patching and different parts sewn on myself.
Ah, that's pretty cool. Nah, nothing as cool as that, my friend. Well, maybe you'll make your way southeastward to the capital, and you'll be able to see what I mean. But between you and me, look right here, and he points to his left eye.
I look into the eye.
The eye slowly the iris starts to spin slowly, and you see on the inside a word, code 528.
Code 528. I'm writing that down.
Maybe if you happen upon um, the place where I got my upgrades, you let them know that code, and maybe they'll give you some upgrades too.
Well, I'm already slapped together with parts. I don't see what I have to lose. Maybe they have an explanation of how I got this way.
Maybe I wouldn't know. I haven't seen you before myself, but the people in the capital are very knowledgeable. More so in technology than anyone out here in the boonies.
Hmm. Thank you. This is the first lead I've had in a long while.
Well, it's my pleasure, and you know what? Just because we're friends, I'm not even going to charge you for that information. Gives you a
Thank
smile and
you.
a wink, this time with his bionic eye.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure, son. Take it
Hmm.
easy. See you next time.
Awesome, and you are wise to keep your things to yourself. Not everyone is as open-minded as you are.
Oh, don't I know it? But don't worry, my
Hmm.
friend. A lot of people will misjudge you, and I'm willing to make a gamble that that'll be some people's last mistake.
I think you might be right. Best of
You
luck.
hear the neighing of the horses outside, uh, kind of leading you to believe that they're getting a bit impatient now that they're hooked up to the cart.
I go to the horse. Wait, go back to the bartender and go to the horses.
He tips his hat as you make your way out. You see that Adam is sitting in the back of the cart. It's total what do they call it? Man spreading all over the place. Mirrors at the front of the wagon with reins in hand. Um, yeah, this is your crew for now, and it looks like they're ready.
You ever
I hop
hear
on.
an old story about rocks that fall from the sky?
Here it ends with everyone dying.
No, it's that they're made of cheese.
Oh, I thought the moon was made of cheese. Mia, is the moon made of
Exactly.
cheese?
Mira's outside with the horses.
Yeah, we go.
That's where they are.
Oh, okay. I haven't been there, so I can't tell you what moons are made of, but they look like ground to me.
Could be ground cheese.
You are absolutely right. They could be ground cheese. However, I don't know about that.
I
Wouldn't it
assume
get
this is what we
moldy?
talk. Oh, oh yes. What would they do about the mold? And I assume that's what we talked about the entire trip.
Well, that's
Where's that enough
because the
to?
cheese only gets bad if there's air. That none of that's up there. You ever been up a mountain and you start having a hard time breathing? There's less air up there.
I've never flown that high, but I would love to give it a try one day. Maybe not today though. Where are we going? I got the horses ready. They had some nice food, and they've been all patted down and hooked up.
I think we're going to the place you marked on your map where the star fell.
You think our compatriots might be there?
It's the only lead we have.
I mean, I'm
And
all good with taking signs from the stars.
I've never found one particular god that, well, at least in my very little time I remember, I have yet to find. I haven't found one god yet that particularly called to me. However, the first time I spoke to this god, they spoke back. So I think that bodes well for this particular deity and this particular path.
There's lots of deities out there, so you just be careful who you're praying to. But sure, let's head east. Mir hops up, or I guess clops up onto the wagon and says, "Y'all want to get on?"
That's just heads in. Woo.
Excellent. So let me just pull up that map here. So you guys are going to head over here. You would likely, are you, how exactly are you going to go there? Are you going to go straight east behind this mountain and then like cut through? Or are you just taking like the safe route using the road?
Probably gonna use the road. The horse and cart are not gonna be really good with a whole lot of all terrain.
Well, just from what you have on the map, you know that the road will take you down southward. There is a small town right here. From there, you can go east, and about halfway to your journey, the road will stop. Um, it's not a hugely forested area. I mean, there are trees dotted, but apart from going, off road, it shouldn't be too bad for your cart. Since you are on a cart, it would likely take you the better part of a day if you were going um, all the way to the town. And it would probably, if you were riding into the night, take you to about right here.
What do you two think?
Well, not exactly like we're going to be able to get any closer to it by standing still.
Patch.
Well, I've slept outside before, so I can see the wisdom in either way. I think. Oh, go ahead, Mira.
We could take the direct route. There aren't as many roads. It might have the same kind of timing. Um, we are going the opposite direction from where they said that they had seen goblins. But if we do go south, we do have that nice little village to pass through. Maybe somebody may have heard of our compatriots back over there.
I get the feeling if no
You
one was able to catch any sighting of them when we would that last night, it's probably even less likely that we got any news about them in other towns.
You do know that the goblin told you that about a day's journey south, there's a town called Goblin Town that's comprised mainly of domesticated-ish goblins.
Maybe we go to the So like,
So
let's make sure.
1+1, this town here is likely the town they were referring to.
Let's head to Goblin Town. I wonder what they do there.
If you're thinking about Lord of the Rings, that's exactly the reference that I was going for.
No, I'm just making another Goblin These Nuts joke.
God damn it. Fine. No one get my reference. That's fine.
I got
Listen,
it. Though.
Excellent.
I'm going to be honest to God right now. I'm probably never going to read Lord of the Rings unless I find an audiobook for it that I
There were
can
a
listen
bunch
to
of
it with.
audiobooks. Okay,
There's an audiobook. It's
Free
called The
one!
there were
Movie.
a bunch of
I don't want to watch the
audiobooks.
movie. I'll
So,
look for it.
Zoss, Sam, I would like to apologize for my brother.
Nope, I have already decided to kill the party.
Oh, thank
South
God.
we go.
All right, so south you go. Well, the road is going to be the safest route. Thankfully, you're headed away from the road that was specifically told to you. That was very treacherous. Um, I'd say it's about not all day, but it's about 2 o'clock before you start rolling into the town, which is much more makeshift than you've ever seen. We're talking mainly huts and thatch roofed homes. You see quite a few goblins, like your friend Lurby, who are going about mostly what you would assume villagers in a goblin town to be doing. Some are doing domesticated tasks like cutting wood. Some are bartering. There is a makeshift marketplace that's set up in the middle of town. Um, they mainly seem to be dealing with animal pelts and fur. There doesn't seem to be any like weapon or item shop per se. Mainly just homes.
Patch kind of puts down his hood. He definitely seems a lot more comfortable around what a lot of people would consider monsters. Um, Remind me, what were the specific items that were stolen?
The items were non-specified, but they were from a caravan from the innkeeper. He said it was mainly supplies that were needed to survey the um, mine that he felt would hold more copper than um, the last tenant said that it had.
All right, do I see any unnecessarily shiny mining equipment around?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception check.
And I
Um,
shall.
and after you do that, make sure you roll a knowledge or a recalled knowledge.
That's the perception. This is going to be me recalling knowledge. Well, that's not good.
I
You're not
accidentally
too sure.
I accidentally distract Patches by going, dude, have you noticed how we probably wouldn't fit in any of the houses here? That's kind of crazy.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah, he mentions that, and he's absolutely right. Even the center house, which you all assume to be the home of the mayoral goblin, um, is maybe the size of a large shack.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. Everything looks spacious to me.
Except Mir, of course. Mir is very small. Absolutely Mir. These houses are pretty adequate. You in your village, you've definitely seen bigger, but you also know that there is much, much smaller. The smallest of your folk probably could fit in what most of these gentlemen would refer to as a dollhouse.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Mir takes a look around the town, specifically, um, just kind of looking to see the overall health of the population, as well as like um, what their water supply looks like.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll a well, go ahead and roll perception, but then mix this one with a survival.
Okay, they're the same, so 18.
That was the perception. Did you roll your other
Oh, you want
one
me
as
to
well?
roll and survival? Okay.
Yeah, both. So you get a good look around, and you are able to kind of look at the population in a survival type of way, sizing up kind of their supplies and their readiness. Surprisingly, it does actually look like these are a bunch of goblins, but when Lurby had mentioned that they had sort of a domesticated society, they weren't lying. They seem to definitely have these barrel slash vat that hold potable water. You see a few goblins going to go get some as it is early afternoon, taking these moderately sized spoons to you, very small spoons to your compatriots, dipping them in and then drinking a little bit. Food situation. It looks like the food situation also very good. You attribute the really nice abundant food situation is what definitely supplies them with the pelts that seem to be marketed pretty heavily in the marketplace as you drive by.
Okay. And just player knowledge. What area of the map did we originate from?
You guys started off in this town.
Okay.
You guys went south, and you're currently in this town.
Can I attempt going around just like asking folks potentially for information about the bandits that we heard about?
That's what I was thinking too.
Um, yeah. Are you gonna ask to stop the cart?
Wait, is there a card of people that
You're
I'm
in
talking
a
to?
moving cart.
I'm an able-bodied man. I'll just hop out for a second.
Okay. So you hop out. Um, you approach a random goblin. One moment.
He's revving up the voice. I can feel it now.
Are we going high pitched or are we going Cockney? Cockney's usually good for goblin.
What can I help you with?
Hey there, I was hoping I could get some information while I'm around here.
Yeah? Well, what kind of information can I help you with?
Uh, so I've been stationed out of what's the name of the big town we've been in again? I want to say Doma, but I don't think that's right.
That is Domaria is the country. Doma is the empire. The city itself was oh god, El Elf, God. hold on. Let me look it up. Damn you.
Especially now, I don't feel bad about it. Thank you.
You. I I was focused on something completely different, and now I have to go all the way up. Ethrandel, yes, the half elven, half dwarven city.
All right. I happened to be stationed out of Ethrandel for a little while now, and I got wind of a merchant whose supplies had been stolen by a group of goblin bandits. Would you happen to know if there were any groups of people from this village who happened to be exiled or kicked out and might be living lives of crime now?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of goblins that don't like domesticated society and choose to go off on their own. It's no surprise that a few of them would band together and do nefarious deeds.
Hmm. Do you know of any possible nearby areas where they might have set up camp that we could, you know, keep an eye on them on?
No, but the mayor might.
Thank you. I think I'll ask him now. And I give a nice hearty handshake.
Okay, all right, fella. All right, bye. Um,
Goodbye.
and you keep it moving with the cart, but you figure that the horses are definitely gonna keep going while you approach and enter the home of this mayoral goblin.
Mir will go ahead and seeing as both of the other two have literally jumped off the cart without a word. Mir will go ahead
Oh yeah,
and
sorry.
find a good place to kind of pull off to his side. We'll do a quick rub down of the horses, get them a couple of handfuls of oats, and let them rest underneath a tree or something.
Okay, excellent. Give me 1 second to pull that up. Strangely enough, we are still on pace for what I had written, but um, we just got there a roundabout way, which is fine. Um, so you
Alright.
make your way into the leader's home. Um, it is very not so pleasant. It definitely stinks in this city, mainly because they may be domesticated, but they're still goblins. Um,
They don't have like irrigation to deal with all their and indoor plumbing and stuff yet.
exactly. You are met with the makeshift seat or throne of a goblin who seems to be quite older, has a scar over their left eye that you assume caused some sort of injury. Why? Because the iris is kind of a pale milky color, whereas the other is a dark brown color. You approach and he kind of rings out a really annoying kind of voice. Yeah, what do you want?
I
Hey there, nice
quite,
to meet you.
I
Yeah,
quite,
nice to meet you too.
I quite like your city.
Oh yeah, well, we're selling land if you want to be a resident, but you gotta tell people that we're good goblins.
Hmm. I'm living a bit of a nomadic lifestyle at the moment, but
Oh well,
how's
fuck
it
off
going?
then.
Well, we are here hoping to help. You seem very concerned that people view you as good goblins, as someone people judge upon sight. I can relate to such things. However, activities of goblin raiders influence unhealthy ideas. we hear there's some goblin raiders in the area, so we're hoping you could provide some possible leads so we can remove that problem for you.
Oh, yeah? And I guess you would be doing this out of the kindness of your hearts, yeah?
The other guy's
No,
already
no.
paying us, so in your case, yeah.
Oh. Oh, well, yeah, you kind of hit the nail on the head, I guess they'd say. Um, we don't like that the other cities don't like us just because we're goblins. We got a town here too, and we're trying our best, but as you said, there are some folks that don't really like the domesticated lifestyle, and they do bad things, and it gives us a bad rap. But my name is Goldera, by the way.
Goldorak?
Uh, Goldera.
Goldorak. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. I'm the mayor here, and well, they you say you're getting paid, but if you help us out, we'll give you some stuff too. Um, really help our reputation go up if you get rid of the bad ones. You say you need information. Um, and he kind of like whispers over to one of the other goblins. They kind of whisper back, hurry off to a makeshift room. It's not really like a room. It's just like some sort of privacy wall that sections off a part of this shack from the rest of it. Comes back with this very crude, almost childlike drawing. And he's like, yes, our scholar made this map, and he shows it to you, and it is the worst map you've ever seen in your life. Um, honestly, you really can't read it. You don't know what you're looking at.
I pull a tiny pair of glasses out of hammer space and I squint at it.
Oh, yeah, I can see that you have trouble discerning the careful and meticulous works of our scholar. He is the best among us. Even I can't read it, so no worries. I will have them tell you what they know. What the fuck do you know again? Well, you know, we had this problem over here, and you look at your map as a reference, and he points to this area. They seem to be coming from like this place right here, um, and we sent a party out, and they also seem to be coming from here. Oh, hold on. There. Sorry.
Mhm.
They kind of group together, and there's a lot of them. So if it's just you folks, may not want to go there.
We have a couple other folks that we intend to meet back up with at some point. For the time, we just want to try making some reconnaissance, I guess, right?
Well, maybe we don't have to fight them all at once. What do these goblins like to steal? Maybe we leave some goods in a caravan, hide in the woods, and then when they see the prize, we leap and take them out one squadron at a time.
They steal anything they can get their hands on. Oh yeah,
Interesting.
it's very astute. Our scholar, he knows everything.
His learnedness very much is clear to me. I mean, look at the accuracy of this lake. Wait, is that an ale stain?
Oh, yeah, I guess it is. Oh shit! I gotta make a new map, boss. Oh well, you better get on with it, damn it. These people are trying to help us. And the scholar seems to rush off to draw a new map.
Always
Yeah,
good.
definitely some, apart from those two structures that may be the headquarters, I'm pretty sure if you walk out in the middle of the forest, you might find one or two or three or maybe like a couple of dogs.
I've heard about goblin dogs, but can't say I'm familiar with them very much. Do you have any information about them?
Well, they're ugly motherfuckers, that's for sure. Not
Hmm.
like us. We're very, very handsome.
I agree.
Yeah, you get it. Yeah, yeah. Any other questions?
How well armed are they?
Oh, they're well armed, especially now that they, been taking apart those caravans. Definitely a short bow, maybe a dog slicer.
Any weaknesses or that we can exploit?
Well, the mainly the goblins. Um, and he tries to think. Well, we're mainly really good with distance. If we catch you at range, we probably got the advantage. But and draw us into close quarters combat, and probably not a good idea for us.
Perfect. Well, I vote we either go to the southern hideout because it's right near where the cell fell, or we maybe try to set some traps and try to catch ourselves some raiders in between. Adam, Mia, what do you think about this?
We're not really equipped or have the manpower in the situation to attack them directly, so a trap seems like the best situation.
And the goblin chief will speak up once more. Yeah, I'm just judging by the looks of you. You don't want no what you don't want to go anywhere near that tower. Um, yeah, that wouldn't be a good idea. Well, I mean, I suppose you could go, not near it, but you could go like I don't know, south, east, or west, or north. Just like don't try to enter the tower or mess with the guards, cause yeah, that's probably not a good idea.
Your wisdom exceeds that even of your scholar.
Ah, yeah. See, I've been trying to tell him this whole time that I should have been the scholar and he should have been the mayor, but he said that that wasn't a good idea, and for some reason I trusted him. And now everyone looks to me for the answers, and I don't got them, but I do my best.
Burden of leadership.
Yeah, damn right. All right. Well, if need any other um, you need any other ideas or advice, you can come and stop by. Oh, by the way, if you help me with this goblin problem, not only will I let you buy land in the area, but I'll help you. Any kind of thanks for a moment. Oh yeah. Um, I'll help you with a few resources, mainly with labor. It may not look like it, but my goblin compatriots could help you build structures and all sorts of things if you ever needed anything.
Interesting. I have a friend who is a very skilled inventor who lacks the manpower. However, he could, if as long as they're good at the occasional passive aggressive comment, I think he would love some new talent.
Yeah, and let's just say that there's another piece of information I'll give you if you come back in one piece and maybe confirm the goblins are dead. If you bring me, I don't know, 15 heads, I'll believe you're legit, and I'll tell you something else that we keep secret.
Hmm.
Wonderful. And Ola and Mia, how do you feel about leaving some potential treasure on the road, waiting for a smaller band of these bad goblins, excuse me, to show up, and then uh taking them on?
Sounds pretty straightforward. Do you have any rope or something we could set up a trap with? Catch one or two of them.
I have what I'm wearing and not much else.
Let me see if I have rope. I do not have rope. Dang it. Oh well. Mia, would you happen to have rope or anything we could use to fashion a trap with?
Did y'all leave the house and come back to the cart?
Oh, did you not join us into the goblin place?
No, no. Mira doesn't abandon horses in the middle of an unknown town.
Fair enough.
These are nice
Um,
people here. Come on.
Nice people, hard cut to just the goblin tavern where they're going wild. Back as patrons, though, we will. Oh yes, we will go about this. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh yes, my pleasure.
And a bit of advice from one person seeking acceptance to another. As you grow and continue to find your way towards legitimacy, do your best to avoid the golden fist.
Ah, the Golden Fist. Yeah, I've seen them. Yeah, that's no good.
Mm-hmm. All right, and I think I know someone who can maybe help with the eye. If you ever in that city up north, look us up.
Oh no, this eye is it's like a trophy. Got this. Fighting sort of the same kind of people you was warning me about. There's a fort to the north east there, and they aren't very friendly. And once when we was, the baddies, we tried to raid that place, and let's just say, not everyone escaped, but I did. And this little bad boy gave me quite the street cred, if you know what I mean.
I can see.
But for things you're all forward. Best of luck
Yeah.
with you. Best of luck with your map making.
Oh, well, I'm not the one with the map, but I'll make sure the scholar knows that you give his regards. All right, have fun now. Bye bye.
Uh, all right, we go to reunite with our horse-loving little rhino friend.
Woo.
Excellent. Mir, your friends show up smelling strongly of shit.
What a beautiful smell you've discovered.
I look down at my shoes. Oh, shoe. I go, God damn it.
Mir casts
Yeah.
prestidigitation on both of them.
Nice. Yeah. Only takes you a minute or two. And yes, you do allow them the opportunity to smell pretty decent after going into the mayor's hut, which you didn't look at the ground, but was very likely covered in shit.
Who are we to judge different cultural norms?
Who truly?
Yes, but I don't have to smell them. What's going on? What did you guys learn?
Well,
We have an approximate idea of the location of the goblins that are causing problems. The mayor's interested in paying us a little bit if we're able to deal with them and deal with the bandit goblins to help give the town a better reputation. And I forget if there was a third thing.
he will offer additional information if we do this task for him. Oh, apparently real estate prices here are rather good. Very insulated from the rough economy.
Well, it's on our way, following the fallen star, so potentially we can get a better vantage point from where it fell.
Yep. True, but the mayor very strongly warned against a full frontal assault. Adam and I were thinking setting some traps along the way to maybe thin the numbers, maybe leaving some gold or treasure on a path, wait for the goblins to pick it up, and then we strike.
Mir looks around. Is there a safe place that she could board the horses in the cart?
Um, Safe in terms of being in the middle of a city of goblins. I would assume that most places would be okay. There's no like guards posted around, but most of the goblins within the city don't seem to be paying you much attention. I mean, there are some that watch your friends go into the mayor's hut. That seems to be like a little bit of
Rubbernecking?
mm, yeah, a little bit. Just because it's most people don't come to visit, and those that do usually have a purpose. So there's some eyes being drawn to that, but once they exit, the ones that were really paying attention seem to just kind of go about their business. It seemed to mainly just they're mainly probably making sure that there's no fights breaking out.
Okay.
So yeah, relatively tame in comparison to the goblin stories that you've heard of. There's not a lot of violence out in the open here.
And where on the map is the place that we were before the town?
You guys were in this town here, and you went south, and you're now here.
No, I meant the place that where Elisar is.
Elisar is over here.
Okay, okay. I was just making sure because I didn't know the landmarks.
Yeah, no worries.
We could proceed on foot if you would like to be a little bit more, well, less visible for sure. Um, However, we would have to leave the horses and cart in the care of someone. I don't want them just hobbled by the side of the road.
We could
We can
use the carriage itself as bait.
The carriage does not belong to me. I'm kind of borrowing it from Elisar. So I'm not sure if that's something that he would um, want to potentially get damaged.
We'll simply beat up the goblins before they actually, cause any damage to it.
Well, or if you feel uncomfortable with this, Mia, there's a beloved civic leader and academic in that tent who we can possibly ask to take care of the horses.
I would rather not leave the horses in a pile of shit.
You know they make those all the time, right?
Oh, yes, they make their own shit. A whole lot. They're very good at it.
As a man who has seen a horse take a steaming dump, I've never heard them being described as good at doing that.
I mean, it's accurate.
But you
Yeah.
Very accurate.
chickens, you can always get good fertilizer for your crops out of it.
Oh, that's not Adam talking. This is Nate talking.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, they are really good at just pumping out manure.
Yeah, it is impressive. I never thought I'd see it as impressive until now, but it kinda is.
Either way, y'all have definitely convinced me that we could just go ahead and take the cart.
Yeah.
Because the alternative at this point is leaving it in the care of people who, in their nicest house, the floor is covered in shit. So, and it might be a drain on their resources, considering they're relying on rainfall for water.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So we'll take the horses and we will, as far as how the trap we want to set up, I'm cool just taking a few gold pieces in a sack and leaving it on the side of the road.
Yeah.
What time is it in game?
You left around 10. It would have taken you half a day to get here. So it is roughly about 3. Usually gets dark around 6.
Well, we can travel for a little bit, and then we'll have to meet camp. So perchance we can find some good cover on the way there. Keep your eyes peeled. And Mir starts nudging the horses in the cart on the road to the east.
Excellent.
Hop on if you want to ride.
Thank
I'm
you.
hopping on.
So you all get up on the cart and start moving eastward. How far do you go? How many hours are you riding?
Probably only about like 2 to 2.5. Mir wants to make sure that there's enough time to actually set up camp.
You'd probably make it about right here.
Is there good cover?
Go ahead and roll a survival to find a good spot that you could not just obfuscate yourself, but hide.
25.
25. Yeah, there seems to be not necessarily a trail, but there seems to be enough tree line and a gap within that tree line that you could realistically turn the horses into um, this little cut, if you will. It would definitely heavily obscure the cart and wouldn't be visible from the road.
Um,
immediately around the camp after we've kind of like got the horses settled and everything, Mir would like to attempt to cover our tracks.
All right, do that roll if you don't mind.
Holy crap. I keep on getting like the same rolls.
That is intense. Yeah. You managed to track down the tracks that the cart and the horses have made, and dust those tracks away. From what you can tell, there is no other physical way that these creatures could potentially track you to where you are in this nice little cut.
I suggest to the compatriots I'm with that perhaps we should take a flameless night and eat our dry rations.
Sounds wise to
I
me.
go up and I say, don't worry about me eating. I'll be fine.
I don't eat.
That is good then. Mir will consume one of her rations, but without any campfire. Let's keep the lights off tonight, just to keep our eyes open, and I'll take first watch.
All right.
I will take the second then.
I'll take the fourth.
Go ahead, those who are taking watches. Roll those perception checks.
Memento.
So we do them in order of which watch we're taking.
I think Mirror's first. You were second, so
Cool.
if you want to roll those. Mirror, it's quiet for you. You wake up Patches, who takes his watch.
Yes. And a Lex appears.
Garrick
least
of
we saw
Westgate
it.
appears. Yes.
Hey, we saw it coming. Thanks to that perception check. Good job.
So, Patches, on your watch, you do note that somewhere from 9 to about 11, somewhere in there, there is quite a bit of noise coming from the road. And you look up from these bushes, maintaining your cover, and see a pack of goblins that seem to be. You're technically right here. They are making their way just off the road, just after your little cut. Seem to be going in this direction.
I wake up Mia and Adam and put my finger to my lips in the quiet motion and just indicate that there's goblins nearby.
You see 3 of them and 2 ugly-looking dogs.
Well, we have a better chance of getting them if we attack them by surprise, right?
You see, after a minute or two, one of the dogs and one of the goblins stops on the side of the road. The goblin seems to be taking a piss. The other goblins and the other dog continue. They seem to be headed in that direction.
I'm gonna go to Adam and I'll say, I think it's go time. I'm gonna try start sneaking up on the Piston Goblin.
Roll a stealth check.
Alright.
Specifically to sneak.
I'll do this.
That is plus
You
4
as well.
for me. 4, please be good. 17.
17. Let me check this really quickly. Ah, yes. Let me roll that. All right, and one more. Oof. And Ymir, what's your sneak?
9.
9. I see. I see.
Oh
Well,
no.
let's go ahead and go to this map.
What a lovely map. Oh, hey,
It's the
I see my name now.
Oh, forgot.
no. Did you just make Jack Hanma your?
I told you I
Yo-
made Jack Hanma my look. I already told you. I told you yesterday. I made him Jack Hanma. Technically,
I
probably like
am.
a photo.
Hold on, let
photo
me
two,
refresh. It's being weird for me.
technically, probably like a photo or two too short to accurately use Jack Hanma. But who knows how Adam will look like as he levels up.
Honestly, Taylor's probably the closer to Jack Hanma of these characters.
Yeah. My closest to Jack Hanma is probably Konal because he's oversized and a little messed up.
Okay, so Patches, you are not seen because you haven't moved.
Yep, I'm sticking still. I know sneaking's not my thing.
Mir and Adam. Mir, this goblin turns around with dick in hand and all and looks straight at you. The dog whips his head around and looks directly at Adam. And have you guys played Fallout 4?
No.
Sorry, no.
No.
This dog lets out the worst kind of noise, like
I go,
some
ugh.
weird kind of honking sound. And we're gonna roll initiative.
I would like
Alrighty.
to use my feature Call to Arms.
Oh,
Okay. And what does that do?
You cry out to call to arms, inspiring your allies to enter the fray. Each ally in the area gains a +2 stats bonus to their initiative roll and gains temporary hit points equal to the spell's level. These temporary hit points last for the spell's duration. So you gain 1 temporary hit point and add 1 to your and add 2 to your initiative.
with
Ooh.
and because of my amazing initiative feat, that means my initiative is going to be +9.
Now, and here comes the combat. Strangely enough, I really like a few of the things that are different from D&D to Pathfinder. You'll notice on your character sheet there is no initiative section.
Yeah, I see there's a thing you can click on to sit to do initiative.
The cool thing about initiative is that there is a lot of flexibility that comes from what you can roll with initiative. Let's take a wizard, for example. If they were surveying the area for magical things and auras and assessing anything arcane, they could actually use Arcana to roll initiative. You see where I'm going with this? I'm not going to point out any of your things, but if you would like to argue why you should roll something, and you're backing it up with something that you've done in game already, will possibly allow you to roll with a better stat than you normally would.
I already have a +9, right? I don't think I have any other way to make it even higher.
If you have so for example,
Oh,
I'm looking at a character sheet, and I'm not going to tell you whose, but their nature is +4. So if I were using nature to recall knowledge about if someone went a certain way, using the twigs and stuff to see if they stomp them, I would roll whatever circumstantial bonuses with a +4. Whereas with this same character, if I was tracking using survival, I could potentially use a +16 instead.
right.
You see how there's a good bit of difference there? Some skills you're going to be very trained in versus skills that you're not. So if you do something in game already that backs up why you should use that skill as your initiative, if you tell it to me, we'll see if you can use the higher number versus the lower number.
All right.
Okay.
I'll
Here.
make an attempt. So,
Oh, go ahead, Nate.
Adam's natural spirit animal, because of his animal instinct, is a gorilla. When when fighting someone, he'd probably initially begin by recklessly charging at someone. My long jump stat is +7. Would I be able to use that long jump to be used as my initiative as launching off to immediately get on top of somebody?
Now, normally, yes, but um, it has to be something that you did before we started rolling initiative. So, for example, if you had said, I would like to long jump next to this goblin, and that's what started an initiative, yes, you could use your long jump with all your bonuses for initiative and roll initiative. Um, what I remember you said is that you were sneaking up. So there's a lot of stealth mechanics that you could use. I see a argument for survival. Let me see what else.
Well, the thing is,
Yeah.
from what I'm reading right, because I tested what my normal initiative modifier is with my just so I had an idea of how it worked. It seems like my base initiative before my feat comes in is already +5, and then my feat raises to +7 naturally. So I wouldn't gain any benefit from trying to use sneak as my initiative.
Yeah, I mean, if you if you don't want to argue for any other skill, then you don't have to.
I was just saying that's why I was saying like because the only stat I have that would make that initiative even larger would be athletics.
Yeah, and if next time you want to like long jump into combat, yeah, I could see you using that athletics check to further your initiative. But yeah, next, who else would like to argue something else?
Yes. So I'm a big, scary monster man that looks like I was hacked together in a lab. And I imagine this goblin looking up. Maybe he sees me, just sees the lightning strike this big, giant, hulking monster behind this tree. That'd be pretty scary, right? In fact, especially because I have a intimidating feature as part of being a flesh warp. Could I roll intimidation as initiative and just say that my pure ugly monstrous appearance is so unnerving that just that we're just flavoring it as they're being a little slow to get to the weapons because I'm that unnerving.
Now, normally I would say that that's a very strong argument. However, they cannot see you. You are hidden.
Huh.
Uh,
If I
I have an
seriously
wait. I have an important question about the goblin. When you said
Yep.
he turned around, dick in hand, was he still peeing? Very important question.
Yeah, he was still going.
Oh, poor guy. Oh, poor dog. He's probably getting hit by it. I mean, that sounds like a negative modifier to the dog's initiative, if you ask me.
I think it hypes him up.
Shit! Oh no! That dog's gonna kick our ass.
I think he should get a
um
+2 from that. Yeah. So any
oh, can I do survival then? Because Patches is since
absolutely,
he's
yeah.
what yeah.
Any of the survival would definitely be a strong argument here, because I would say that this comes from Mir's really high survival check. You are very well hidden and in an area that probably provides you a very good point of surprise.
Wonderful. So I will roll survival, and can we say that I quick guidance to everyone?
I don't think that you can use guidance on initiative, but a good try. Um,
Hey,
I'm assuming that glitter you've already rolled, yes?
Yes, it's they're in chat at 18.
Excellent. So we have glitter, Ben, and Nate. You're next.
Alright. So, Ben, you said that one feature increased our initiative by 2 or 1?
2.
Oh, damn. I'm getting +9 on initiative. Here we go. Ah, just 13.
Gosh.
The classic. Do we have a tracker we'll be able to look at?
Very good point. Damn it. I knew I was forgetting something. Where is my tracker?
Um. Oh wow. What's it? They changed the button for it recently.
Yeah, that's where I was like, I thought I knew where it was, but it has moved since the last time.
Yeah, about a month. Ironically, the week after Ren finished his campaign, we had a whole major rehaul. Part of it was like better organizing for the map. Oh yeah, it should be third button from the bottom, the one that looks like a clock.
Ah, thank you so much. I was like, really?
Is that enough to get a hero point? Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'd say that's hero point.
Yes.
Nice. What if I said you look great today?
Nope, not a hero point.
Well, you still do.
That's nice. Thank you, Adam.
Oh yeah.
Also, if you don't want to add everyone to the initiative by typing it in, if you click someone's token and click control and U at the same time, it's automatically going to add them to the initiative order.
Ah, very spicy.
The one thing you have to be careful of is that if you're using one initiative for multiple creatures, to not accidentally delete the token that the initiative is connected to.
So can you guys enter your things in this?
No, I cannot.
No.
Hey Ben,
What's up?
Oh no,
Look
I
it up.
deleted mirror.
No.
Well, time to get a new character sheet.
Damn
Yeah,
it.
Mia gets up. Mia just has a heart attack. Live!
Unfortunately, the animator
I
drawing the
didn't mean
sequence died
to.
of a heart attack. But yeah, wow, this is a whole 10 points difference in initiative as compared to Terry.
And you're a level 1 character.
Yeah. I don't even think my Gloomstalker's initiative was only like +6. This is kind of crazy.
What was yours, Nate?
Mine is 13. I unfortunately did not roll very good.
There. And let me just roll these gobs.
Oh man, I'm worried about this one. First ever Pathfinder combat. I know the system a little, but not a lot.
I think I was gonna say the reason I really want combat silly is so I could really try by fire myself and understanding on how all the actions work.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Alrighty. So, Mir, you are first.
Mir steps back into the bushes but peeks out to fire her laser. She casts Phase Bolt.
Ooh.
I need to go against the AC. And she's going to do it against the doggo that is making an unholy sound.
Sounds like a goose that's really tired.
Yeah, it's a horrifying sound. And that is a 15. That does not hit.
It does not hit a doggo.
It does not hit this doggo. Nope.
Okay. I don't think she gets like bonus action hide or anything, right?
You get 3 actions. Your spell should have a number of actions that it takes.
All right, that one takes 2.
Yep.
Let's see, because there is an action list. Let me see real quick. She will take cover in
All right.
the bushes that she jumped into.
Perfect. Taking cover. Let me. Excellent. You gain cover, which means that your AC goes up. If I'm. Yep, you gain an additional 1 AC. Perfect. That's really good. Perfect. Next, we have the goblin, who actually, you know what? Actually, you were dealing with the doggo, right? What did you roll?
15.
You rolled a 15. You meet, you beat, because technically they are flat-footed and they gain a -2 to their AC. So
That's what
go ahead.
flat-footed means.
Flat-footed, yes. It means that they have been caught by surprise. Flat-footed is what a rogue would need to get sneak attack, for example.
That does
I remember
5
seeing that's one of the
damage.
things Grapple does.
5 damage.
And sorry, I gotta read it again.
No problem.
On a success, you deal damage plus your spellcasting ability modifier. Okay, alright, cool. So I did it right. There was another spell that I was looking at that did something else, but I got mixed up. But yeah, I deal 5 damage.
You deal 5 damage. Excellent. Real good hit with that. It actually stops making that noise and you're perfect. Following up, the goblin, who is also flat-footed, is going to use an action to interact with his bow so that they can draw it. And they are then going to um, run back here, gaining some distance, turn
Question is
around,
what
and taking their short bow and shooting the biggest guy that he can see at the moment.
Alrighty. AC 16.
question is it an action just to put his dick away, or
His
Actually,
dick
that
because
is
makes
we
him
are
out.
stronger. It makes him stronger, so he's gonna keep it out.
There is no shame in his game, one would say. 22 to hit.
That'll hit me. Alright, what am I taking? I'm not raging yet, so this isn't getting halved.
You take 4 points of piercing damage.
It's not too bad.
And he starts yelling, "Hey, hey, come back! There! We got some guys over here." But that's his action. Go ahead, Patches.
that sounds like it's going to be a problem. I am. Hold on. I am going to use one action to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces, so I am within range of the goblin, and then the bolts around my neck are going to kind of spark with this dark energy as I cast Vitality Last on the goblin. So as this kind of dark energy gets sparks down my bolts, I kind of reach out my fingers, and this dark energy goes out my fingers, hopefully into the goblin's face.
Ooh, yeah. I assume that's a roll. Go ahead and give me that beautiful bean footage.
All right, I think this is going to be a +6 to hit.
Very nice. Ooh, yeah, that'll do it.
Awesome. You demolish the target's corrupted essence with energy from the creation voice. You deal 2d6 vitality damage with a basic save. If the creature critically fails this, if the creature critically fails the save, it's also enfeebled 1 until the start of your next turn. So from that reading, sounds like it takes the damage anyway, and it has to make a save, or else it's enfeebled.
Okay. So it takes damage. It needs to roll. What does it roll?
It rolls a. Let me bring it back up again. Oh no, I'm my bad. I was looking at the wrong spell there. Let's see. No. So, sorry. Looking around, trying to find the right things. Yes. All right. My bad. That's 2d4 damage. My bad.
Okay. 2d4.
I was looking at the wrong spell there for a second. 2d4. 5. It takes 5 points of spirit damage.
Ooh, yeah. That does not look like it. It felt very good. In fact, the goblin now appears to be bleeding both from its eyes, its nose, and its ears. It looks rough. And
Alright.
is that the rest of your turn?
Well, that spell took 2 actions, and moving took 1
Mhm.
action. So, yep. This passionist is going to look down at this thing and says, "There were worse things in these woods than you."
Uh, it's ugly.
Yeah.
Um,
Who
Alright.
are you to
Adam.
talk?
Alrighty. Well, I think the first action I'm going to do is pretty goddamn obvious. For my first of 3 actions, I would like to rage.
And that only takes a single action.
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
I will use my second action to move. I have 25 feet of movement. I assume each square is 5 feet, so. Oh, 1, 2,
Depending on
3.
if you're moving diagonally, I believe the second diagonal always counts as 10.
Alright. In this situation, I just want to be able to be in this position so I'm next to the dog, basically. Let me quit. I get a number of temporary hit points equal to level plus con mod. In that situation, this is 4. So let me quick add 4 temporary HP. There we go.
Oh, yeah, we all have 1 temporary hit point because of my call to arm.
I counted for that earlier.
Excellent.
Alright, now for my final action. Because I'm an animal instinct barbarian, my rage unlocks a secondary unarmed attack. Instead of doing a normal fist attack, I'm doing a rage ape. Oh my god, that's a thing.
Yeah, yeah, you got
No, no, oh
really
fuck.
weird action to use.
Rage ape, rage ape. Oh my.
Okay,
No,
we edited
no,
the YouTube
oh
video.
no,
I'm literally gonna have to edit that
no.
specific
Oh
part out.
no! There's a slip. I'm sorry. Oh god, no.
It's like that one
No.
joke from Arrested Development where the guy says,
No.
"Hey, I'm an analyst and a therapist, and I went to these business cards, and it sort of anal." Yeah.
I'm sorry. I read rage and ape at the same time. I wanted to read the whole name of the move because I'm excited about this new mechanic that I'm using. Oh
Alright,
no.
so
I'm
tell
sorry.
us what Rage Ape does.
Instead of my normal fist, I get to do better fisting. That's the power of what it does.
Yes. Excellent. Go ahead and
Alright.
fist away.
Well, all right. Pretty cool modifier. Starting with a +8, that'll be a 19.
Yes, that does hit this goblin dog.
All right. So the damage is 1d10 +4, but because of my rage, it becomes +6. So +6. Unfortunately, minimum damage. So that'll be a 7 bludgeoning.
7 bludgeoning. Excellent. Perfect. Yeah, it did not like that. You give it a firm shot to the face, and it too seems to be bleeding from its nose. Not quite as bad as the goblin, but definitely hurt it quite a bit.
Fortunately, I'm on top of it now, so I'll be able to wallop it more on my next turn.
Funny, you should say that since you are on top of it. I'm going to roll this really quick as it tries to snap at you.
Sorry, say again.
It's going to try to bite you.
Alrighty. A quick question. So, Ben, fuck you for that text. Yeah.
Does a 12 hit you?
No, it does not.
You see this dog begin to just like lash out with his mouth, like vigorously trying to um, attack you multiple times. Unfortunately, not getting any purchase as you have it pinned down. We start the turn off with Mir. Mir, um, you're taking sight of the battle in front of you, and in your periphery, in this direction, you see that there are 2 additional foes that are headed your way, seemingly coming to investigate the noise that's going on up here. But they will enter combat in the next turn, taking the same initiative as the other counters. So this new goblin will have its turn on the other goblin's turn if it's still up.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Mir shouts to the rest of the party, coming up the road. And then turns to this new one out in the open that she can see, and does another laser.
Excellent. Laser away.
Sorry, I just gotta give it
I'm sad that dog didn't bite a single time. Very sad.
Yeah, something. I have a quick question. So one of the actions is raise shield. Do I only get the AC bonus when?
You raise the shield. Yes, that's exactly right.
Oh God.
Yeah, you definitely have to take a single action to raise the shield in order to gain the benefit. And when you raise the shield and you decrease the damage, your shield also takes damage, and once it hits half of its HP, it becomes broken.
Right. Man, if I knew that, I probably wouldn't have bought it.
Mir's gonna go ahead and hop into this bush over here, and take cover.
Take cover. Excellent. You fire the laser. It does not take any purchase. And the upcoming goblin, you sneak over to the other bush and take cover, gaining the additional AC. And we move on to the goblin. who looked to Adam, who has its dogo pinned down, and is like, "Hey, fuck off, you big fucker!" And tries to shoot. You know what? Yeah, he's gonna try a volley. He's gonna shoot 3 times.
Oh. Are those all on me, or are they spread out?
Oh no, they're focusing you because you have its dogo pinned, and that's really not helping.
Alrighty. Well, I have resistance to piercing because of my rage, so good luck, buckaroo.
Oof,
12
that
does
wasn't
not
good.
hit.
Ooh, that wasn't good. Oh my Jesus. The dog and the goblin are just not doing good at the moment. He yells out towards the other goblin, "Help!" Yeah, that's it. Patches.
Oh, I saw. I did not realize that. Me. Patches just gonna approach the goblin, giant axe in hand. Well, goodbye. And I am going to bring down my dwarven axe right on his face.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage.
11.
11. That does not hit. Unfortunately, you swing wide, but it's already in a manic state. It kind of ducks out of the way. Um, yeah. What else do you do?
If I just straight up attack again, I will have like
Every
a subtract.
additional attack is a -5. So you roll your same roll, just -5, and if you roll again, -10.
Hmm.
You'll simply hit. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you might hit.
Show me what you can do. And I'm going to cast Shield on myself. So I raise a magical shield of force. This counts as a raised shield option, giving me +1 circumstance bonus to AC until the start of my next turn. The shield has a hardness of 5. And after I use the shield block, I can't use it again for 10 minutes. But it can block magic missile. So if any of these are wizard goblins, I'm set.
Excellent.
Oh,
Excellent.
yeah.
And just for the flavor of it,
Hmm.
as Patches cast the shield spell, you just hear some lightning crack in the background, and this like weird, murky, dark green energy starts to cover his whole being as he just stares bloody murder down at this goblin.
Wow, Mir, he's
Ah!
alive! He's really alive!
Speaking of Adam, what do you do?
Well, I'm gonna punch the dog.
Fucking punch the dog, then, brother.
+8 is the first
Someone,
attack. That'll be a 25 to hit.
That does not. No, I'm just kidding. It does hit.
Alrighty. And here we go again. Alright, there we go. It'll be 11 damage.
Now, how do you do this exactly?
The first swat, like, disoriented it. The second one is popping its skull.
So you hear.
Ugh.
Yes, the dogo unfortunately is dead.
All right. For a second action, I'll move over to the goblin.
Is flanking a thing in this game?
Yes.
So Nick, do you want to maybe move slightly down?
Yeah, un momento.
You should talk in character instead of above board. That's called
Go.
metagaming.
Oh, Adam, surround this tiny one.
That sounds like a great idea.
Man, I love that teamwork.
All right. I mean, quick. Do I want to try demoralize or grapple? Damn. True. And there. All right. Let me quick take a look at. Let me quick review the effects of grappling. All right. I'm gonna attempt.
I think we're about halfway through the fight. If anyone was wondering when where we're stopping, we're about halfway done.
All right.
Cool.
You know what? Forget all this other fancy stuff. I'm a brave man. I'm just gonna try another punch. That's a -5 penalty, right? So this is a total +3.
-3 as you gain +2 from flanking.
But Nate, or you can put the goblin in full Nelson.
I can't quite tell what grappling does, though. I'd rather just punch it, I think. So -3 +8, so total +5. 17.
Yep, you hit it.
All right. That'll be 13 damage.
How do you do it?
Gonna grab his face and just drive my knee into his skull, and it will explode.
You get goblin brains all over you.
All right. And I
that's a
end my
very-
turn.
That's a very intense fighting style. Did my knee used to do that?
Nah, I had to work around not being able to wear armor anymore.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh shit, we got dudes.
So the next round starts with the goblin that just ran up and saw his friends get slaughtered. No, Benny, no, you motherfuckers! And he draws his short bow and is going to attack the big motherfucker. The other big motherfucker.
We're two very large men, and then a small rhino lady.
Okay, 18 hit.
Who are you attacking? Me or Nate?
You.
Oh, Adam.
Patches.
18 does hit me. Yes.
12 doesn't, right?
12 does not.
And 5 doesn't either. But that one does. So you take You take 10 points of piercing damage, and
Oof.
it will run over here and be like, "You motherfuckers, come up and help me!" And this one will come over here. Is it within range? I don't think it is. 55. What is it? It could. Hmm.
Question: so I have my shield up? Does that shield absorb any of the blow, or is that not how not how that works?
Remind me. What does the shield say exactly? Does it just happen on
Oh,
that turn, or is it for any turn after you cast it?
it's until my next turn. It wouldn't change the AC because my AC would have been 17, but the shield has a hardness of 5. So does that mean I should subtract 5 from that last hit, or does it still hit because it beat my AC?
Now, was it the shield spell, or do you have a shield?
I used the shield spell.
Okay, let me look at that real quick. You can use shield block as a reaction with a hardness of 5. Yeah, you can use this as a shield block against magic missile. 1 second while I look at that. Excellent. So, um, you take that shield is destroyed, and you take 5 HP damage instead.
Wonderful. All right. Pierces the veil, passes looks a little beat up, but he's still on his feet.
And then he's going to roll against Adam. This time he's going to use some tactics involved in this, taking cover and then shooting.
Alright. AC 14.
Guys, they
I'm assuming that one hits.
Yeah.
Oof. Oof. He rolled a 0. So you get 1 shot.
The first one does hit though. Yeah.
Uh, 3 points of piercing damage.
Tell
And
me
you
how it rounds down, cause
were you attacked, or you did attack last round? It rounds downward, so if you have a half point, it rounds down. So you take 1 point.
gotcha. All right. That did literally 0 damage to me because I have 4 temporary hit points.
So you take 0 damage, and it is Mir's turn.
No, wait, these guys
The
just
bolt ran into my shoulder, but just for being raged, my body's so tense that it didn't take. It just bounced off without
it bounced
drawing
off
blood.
your pack. The arrows bounced off your packs.
I'm getting a true Baki character experience here. Remember Hollywood shrugging off the shotgun? Oh my god.
Mira transports herself into the next bush again. Um, and seeing the gobbo out in the open that she missed last time, she says a quick prayer Moon Goddess, hear my plea, and casts Moonbeam on it.
Ooh.
Spell attack. Damn. Desna ain't fucking doing tonight.
It's all right.
Oof.
I'll land
Yeah.
enough hits for both of us.
That definitely does not hit, unfortunately.
Mirror takes cover again.
Absolutely, yeah. Ducking back into the bush, getting that additional AC. It is now Patch's turn.
I hold my hands up to heal Adam, realizing that those are not wounds, just arrow shrapnel on his chest. I shrug my shoulders and march forward. Oh, which one looks good? Which one looks good? Okay, I can't. That one only works on one undead, so I can't do that one. Can I get within range of one of these guys? Let's see. Oh no, I really can't get within. So okay, no one's hurt.
I mean, I do have 3 damage, but I'm super fine.
Yeah, I don't think that's worth. Actually, I think that means I'm the most damaged. So I am going to.
So just to make sure everyone's aware, the first square of diagonal movement is 5 feet. The second square is 10 feet, and then after that second square, they alternate back and forth after. So if you're moving 4 diagonal squares, it is a total of 30
30.
movement speed.
Alrighty.
Okay.
I think I get it.
May have to do some tweaking in Roll20 to make sure that it counts that. That's something I didn't take into consideration.
Okay. In which case, I don't think I can get. I don't think I can really get close enough to do much right now. So I am just going to use 2 actions to move. I'm going to move 40 feet this way, I guess 10 feet that way to go right here. Is that how this new movement works?
I mean, you can go diagonally if you would like. It just takes a little bit more movement than you're used to. Are you aware of the stride action?
What's this ride action again?
It's moving.
It's basically dash.
Oh, is moving dash different? Hold on.
Let me go ahead and bring that up. Stride is you move up to your movement speed.
Okay. Oh, I thought you have to have movement speed into. Is movement speed separate from one of the 3 actions?
No. If you want to move, you have to spend an action to stride.
Okay, cool.
That is essentially how you move.
Alright, so my understanding was right, yeah.
But you can take multiple strides to move more than your. D&D says you can only move 30 feet around. That's not the case in Pathfinder. You can stride multiple times.
Okay, yeah, as long as I, use those 3 actions.
Yes.
Triple
Cool.
dash, do it!
Well, question. If I have something called Athletic Rush, where I get plus 10 bonus to speed, and part of that I can use a stride, leap, or swim. Okay, so I am going to cast my athletic rush as lightning goes through my very disgusting looking body, and as part of that action, I am going to move 35 feet. So
Nice.
that's gonna be let's see, that's gonna be
5
10.
squares, I think.
1, 2, 3, 4. Right here?
Yeah, I do believe that is correct.
Cool. Am I close enough to Oh no, all my spells are 30 feet. Do I want to be over there? Far away from everyone? But the second one guy said, forget putting the grill, that's... Yeah, I guess I'm gonna stride again.
Nice.
And just look down at this one goblin after I just... Can we flavor it that this is like a horror movie where I was just kind of walking normally? He turned around, he looked back, and I was just there.
Yep, that's exactly how it happens.
And just like a horror movie, I'm taking my axe and bringing it down.
Nice.
D20 plus 5. What did I get? My turn order is blocked. Stop!
Oof. Is that a nat 1 I see?
That's a nat one, you see.
Patches, you are a strong, strong man. In fact, you are so strong that you slam this axe downward so hard that when it misses this goblin, it buries itself in the ground. You need to take an action to do a strength check to pull it back out.
Well, that's gonna be something I'm gonna have to do next turn, because those are my 3 actions.
Yes, indeed.
I'm just mean mugging the goblin.
It was intimidated before, but with that, it's like.
Son of...
And Adam, you're next.
Alrighty. Well, normal move speed's 25. So remind me, the open condition on an action means I have to start with that, right? It has to be my first action I make in a turn.
Say that again.
An
If you want
action
to
that
move, you have to take a stride action.
the first thing I'm asking about basically is the sudden charge action, because it has the open thing on it. Does that mean I have to start with it?
It has open. Trait. The open trait. These maneuvers only work as the first salvo on your turn. You can use an open only if you haven't used an action with the attack or the open trait yet.
Oh, so I could. So, for example, I could stride and then do an action with the open trait.
Exactly. As long as you haven't used something with the open trait or attacked before you attempt to use this.
Okay. So in that case, my first action will be to stride.
All
I
right.
will go first down diagonal 1, and then straight down 4. So I will be One, two, three, 4.
That's 25. Yep.
And now, for my second action, I will expend 2 actions to perform Sudden Charge. With a
All
quick
right.
sprint, I dash up to my foe and swing. Stride twice. If I end my movement within melee reach of at least one enemy, I can make an attack against them.
All right.
So, that means I move 50 feet. So, because this is a separate action, do I get to do the first diagonal 5 or 5 still?
That is correct. First diagonal is a 5 per the rules.
Sweet. All right. So 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I've ended my. And would you glad I've ended my movement in range of a goblin I can attack. All right. Super Gorilla Fist attack. Go.
Now, just to make sure, I'd like you to roll a perception check to make sure you could have seen this goblin that was technically behind cover.
That's fair. Oh wait, I that's not where I roll that. I roll that here. My perception is +5. Here we go. That's a 15.
All right, I would say that yes, you did see way off in the distance that there was a goblin that rushed behind here. All right, continue.
Fortunately, I had enough movement to go to the dog and do that, and potentially
Very
punch them
true.
instead if that didn't work out. So, all right, that's what I do. Dirty 20.
That doesn't. Nah, it does hit.
All right, 1d10 plus 6. Good roll, 14 bludgeoning.
Guess what? How do you do it?
What? Oh my god, it's one and done.
It has 6 HP.
Oh my god. So, from where I was, my legs swell up, and I just launch off like a human torpedo, grab it out of the tree, and Batista and just like basketball dunk it into the ground, making it explode.
Huge splat sound.
And I just look up and I say, "God, so much slower than it used to be." All right, turn done.
Excellent. I think that is it for Adam. The dog is going to turn around and
What? I'm never running a ghost dog. Oh, that noise sucks.
is going to run over to you, clearly upset that you have defiled its master, and attempt to bite you several times.
Alrighty. You know me, AC 16. 14, sorry.
No,
Alright.
this
All
dog
three.
is unloading on you, and it literally is like that naughty little chihuahua that's trying to like bite your ankles. Unfortunately, it's just not
Just
happening
try.
for it.
It did bite down on one leg, but it was the peg leg. So it didn't actually damage me.
Kind of broke a tooth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah, that's the end of its turn. The goblin is next, and he looks over, noticing that his backup is being destroyed back there. Um, does not like that. In fact, it is like, I'm taking you with me. Drops its bow and takes out its dog slicer. And attempts to shank Patches.
What more scores could you add?
I would imagine that what I did there was like the Ichigo eyes and face grab.
Oof, does 11 hit?
Nope.
That's not good. Ooh, I'm just not rolling well tonight. What is this?
Consecutive attacks. They don't work unless you're me.
It's
Don't tempt
gonna, yeah,
the DM.
no. He also just straight up tries to waylay you, and it just does not work. Just getting more and more pathetic over time. Mir.
Um, please, my lady, I've seen your glory. Please show some. And fires a phase bolt at Lugabo.
Gabo and Mir, same page.
I can't make this shit up. I cannot.
Okay, now, Patches, if you don't mind, can you roll a d20 and add your dexterity modifier?
Question. We're almost done, right? And hero points don't carry on from session to session, correct?
Your first hero point doesn't, but if you've earned a hero point in the game, then yes, it does.
Huh. Even then, can I just give it to Mila?
She also has her hero point.
um,
You
No,
can
I'd like.
re-roll if you'd like to use your one free hero point a session.
No, I'd like to see this through.
Yeah.
alrighty.
Okay. Yeah. Roll a d20. Add your dexterity modifier.
So it's just roll a d20.
Yeah, if you have no modifier.
Oh, look at that. 15.
15. Patches. There's something innately inside of you that just says move, and you duck out of the way like Neo style, and a bolt that was coming from behind you hurls in front of you into the darkness. It seems like Mir missed.
There must be another goblin. I turn back and just see Mila.
Mir takes cover.
You see Mir just go back into the bush.
Oh, she must be going after that goblin that shot that attack at me.
Patches, what are we doing?
I'm gonna look down at this goblin.
Oh no!
I'm gonna grab my axe out of the earth. And is that gonna be athletics?
Sorry. What were you doing?
I'm gonna grab my axe.
That is a strength check to pull it out of the ground.
Okay, cool. Can I use athletics? Cause I get a little boost of that from my
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
athletic. Alrighty. So that's gonna be a +7. Oh, ho, ho.
Oh, actually, hold on. Let me double check. That's close. Oh, you were one away from a crit. 1 point more, and you would have crit. But yeah, you hit. Or no. Sorry, that was your athletic. Sorry. Yes, you absolutely yank this freaking axe out of the ground. No problem. I thought you were attacking for a second. I was like, holy
Let's-
shit!
Let's try this again. Oh,
Oh, yep. Okay. All right. Yeah, I jinxed it. Okay. Yeah. Obviously, you crit with a natural 20. That's yep.
alrighty,
So
so
yeah, I'm like pretty percent sure that you're gonna kill this, but let's see.
this is. Do I double the damage? Okay, this is
Uh,
the. So I will roll a 7 for damage. So is that doubled?
I do believe so, but I will double check really quick. Yes, it does double damage.
Oh, that's 14 slashing right to its face.
Yep. How do you do it?
I'd like to think it's still part of one action, so I put my hands in the dirt, and as I bring it up, it's all one fluid motion, and as I hit and cut off the goblin's head, it falls right into the groove of where the hole in the earth that the axe was just a moment ago.
Yeah, absolutely. Decimating this goblin boy. And we are left with Adam and the Dogo.
Oh, I
Well,
still have one action, and
You, oh, okay. Sorry about that.
I'm gonna use my final action to move over here.
Alrighty.
alrighty.
Adam, you
Well,
see Patches approaching, in not flanking position yet, but getting in somewhat of a position to help out. But it looks like the only foe you have at the moment is a single Dogo.
well, I'm right on top of it. Rage is still up. Let's start attacking.
Let's start attacking.
26.
Actually, I think that is a crit, maybe?
Oh, if you
Actually,
just
I
hit
think
high enough.
it's. Nope. You, sir, are one shy from a crit.
Daylight's an adult shirt, isn't that just our story?
Uh,
Very close. Very close.
oh well. That's gonna be 10 bludgeoning on the first attack. Alright. Alright. Well,
That was with your fist, though, right?
yes.
Can you please roll a fortitude saving throw?
Alright. Fortitude is +8. Dirty 20.
Noted. All right. Keep going.
Alright. I'll try one diminishing return attack, so this will be a +3. This is a +3, right?
Yeah.
Alrighty. 18.
Hits. With your fist, roll another fortitude saving throw.
Alright. I'm gonna quick roll damage first.
All right.
That'll be 8. No. Ooh, just a 10 for fortitude this time.
Yes, yes, it is. How do you want to do this?
Oh. We're gonna say for the because I'm gonna say Adam puts both his hands together for like an axe handle slam and just collapses the dog's entire torso.
Yeah, absolutely destroying this dogo. If you don't mind, Adam, can you please write in your notes goblin pox?
Oh man. To put down other
Um,
features or
you,
details.
details. You feel great in knowing that you just slaughtered the enemy. Much like you said, almost single-handedly. But God, are you nauseous? You are so sick at the moment.
I'm
You have
really
a
happy I didn't eat anything in a little while now.
Yeah, you are definitely glad that you don't have anything to upchuck because you definitely feel it. But yeah, folks, congratulations. You have cleared your first encounter.
That's 3 heads, right?
You go around and collect the goblin heads, and that is indeed 3.
I
So out
give
of
Three
the
out of
five,
bodies
15.
a burial.
All right, you give those bodies a burial, and then you collect those heads. Whoever is going to keep track, make sure you write that down on your sheet.
I will.
Perfect.
so yeah. So for the goblin pox, do I just see that I accidentally punch it in the head and I just have some teeth sticking out of my hand or something?
Yep. That's exactly what happened.
Right. Oh, son of a bitch. Would I
That's
know whether or not it's smart to pick the teeth out?
What's your intelligence modifier?
Straight. It's a 10.
You have average intelligence, so you have no idea.
Hmm.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt, right? I don't know.
I know a little about medicine, so can I examine it?
I don't know. Does he say anything?
Well, if I'm not, I'm probably gonna pretty quickly lean against a tree and look intently at the teeth sticking out of my hand.
All right, so I would say that yes, Patches, you do notice that your friend, who is usually very loud and should be very obnoxious after killing a lot of goblins, is not so. Definitely out of character.
Adam, how do you feel?
I think I got an infection from the teeth hitting me.
Hold on, let me take a look. I'm something of an expert of bodies falling apart and being put back together.
God, I fucking know it.
And I would like to roll medicine.
Go ahead and roll that medicine.
Not, you know what? We're almost done. I'm going to use one of my points.
All right, you use the one that you started with. Go ahead and reroll.
11.
11. Well, I mean, this is the lower form of medicine, and these are common creatures. Yeah, it looks like your friend here has been afflicted with a disease called goblin pox.
Do I know
Um,
what the. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, no, go ahead.
Do I know the symptoms, cure, what's going to happen, how it gets better?
It's going to generate an irritating allergenic reaction, like a rash. They will feel um, sick. Let
Oh,
me see. 1 second. You rolled a 10, which wasn't a critical failure, which could have been worse. Let me
you'll really
see.
fucked up a little.
Yes. You get the feeling that fortunately for your friend here, um, the goblin pox is at stage 1, meaning in about a minute he'll start to feel better. But if it was a bit worse, it's likely that they would have been very fatigued, and at the worst of it, they would have had to take multiple days to feel better. But it's usually not deadly.
You're going. The next few minutes are going to be rather unpleasant, but your life is not in any immediate danger.
And as soon as he says that, Adam, Mandy, you gotta poop. And that's where we're gonna end it.
I'm probably gonna pick out the teeth from my hand too, because I'm just brain of remembering some self-defense things was don't keep other people's teeth in your hand. You'll get infections.
Yes.
Usually,
Absolutely.
fun fact, remember right? Usually, you actually want to keep foreign objects in until you have a doctor who's more knowledgeable, who can remove them carefully. But with stuff that can infect, I think it's different.
Perfect.
I think that's
Well,
right.
that is where we're gonna wrap up. Sorry for keeping you guys so late. I wanted you guys to get through your first combat. As you can see, it is a little bit different than 5e, but once you start to get down, um, a few of the mechanics, like the ways you can add advantages and provide disadvantages to others, it will become like second nature. But all in all, you guys didn't seem to have too much trouble dealing with that group of goblins, so it definitely inspires a bit of confidence. Craig, if you don't mind, get the hell out.
Fuck you, Craig.